Meanwhile, the EFF also held a commemoration event in Sharpeville. Newsnight anchor Vuyo Mvoko is there in Sharpeville. Vuyo, good to see you. What was the message from the EFF on this Human Rights Day?
Well, Tony, it started as a tribute to the fallen heroes, the people, 69 people who died here on that fateful day. Julius Malema then also went on to pay tribute to the Pan-Africanist Congress, which of course was the organization that was behind that particular protest back in the day. He also paid tribute to Robert Sobukwe as the person who led the PAC back then, saying they made a contribution, a very significant one at that, in conscientizing South Africans to get to think about the right things, to get to think about what lay behind the struggles that they were confronted with, not only back then, but the struggles that continue to confront the people of South Africa to this day. But that's about where it went, really, or as far as he went with respect to paying tribute to the fallen heroes, to the PAC that organized that particular protest, and to the person who led that organization, Robert Sobukwe, back then. Beyond that, it was really an election speech. He was mobilizing the people of this area, telling them that the EFF is the only organization that can take the struggle that Robert Sobukwe and the PAC fought for. It is the only organization, he believes, that has the credentials, also the wherewithal, if one may put it like that, to actually take their struggle forward. He then, of course, re-characterized, so to speak, the struggles that people, South Africans in general, are facing today. He says they are without work, and the EFF is the only organization, he says, will be able to bring factories close to where these people live. He says he spoke a great deal, which was quite interesting, about teachers, saying teachers are underpaid, they are overworked, but he also went into some of the problems that today's teachers are facing, like children beating them up, children harassing them, saying those are things that we shouldn't tolerate. He also went on to talk about policing. He also, of course, as you would expect, spoke a great deal about the challenge South Africans are facing right now, which is the electricity crisis, saying the ANC and its government and everybody else who is currently involved, saying they are dealing with this matter, do not have the will, but also do not have the capacity to actually deal with the challenges, with the electricity challenges that we are facing as a nation right now. The answers, as you would guess, he says, can only come from his party, the EFF.
Now, Vuyo, I can see the the crowd behind you there and heading towards May the 8th. I have to ask you, what sort of reception did the Commander-in-Chief of the EFF get, and how big is that support, the crowd that's actually there, the attendance?
Well, even by the EFF's own standards, it wasn't too big a rally. Nothing like you can compare to, for example, their manifesto launch, which took place over a month ago. But that said, it was quite a big turnout, given also the size of this venue. It's right next to a dam, so by and large it was locals, but also a lot of people, because outside this side of this area there's about, well, more than 20, I would say, buses. Obviously, these are people who were bussed here from other locations. A very decent turnout, but as I say, nothing as big as what you saw when they launched their manifesto not too long ago.
Okay, Vuyo Mvoko there in Sharpeville at the EFF's Human Rights Day commemoration. And we'll keep dipping into and catching up with Vuyo a little bit later on as the day goes. You're watching ENCA now. Stay with us. More news coming your way.